How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. We're out today doing some firewood. I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about firewood and what I know about firewood. So right now we got the little tractor out. I've been pretty fortunate to have a tractor to go out in the woods and to get firewood. Not everybody has one, and I understand that. So what I'm looking for is a hardwood. I'm looking for hardwood. Softwood is really easy to come by, but this hardwood is really hard. I'm going to show you some of the wood I'm going to be cutting up, and let me show you what it looks like. Some of this wood that I'm getting, as you see right here, it is. It's pretty dirty. You know it's going to dull up your chainsaw. You got to have a file on hand so you can sharpen it. This is what they call locust wood. Now, I do believe that this is the only wood that actually has its own preservative in it. And you can see years ago the blight had come through and killed a bunch of these trees. What I'm doing on my property here is I'm weeding these guys out and cutting them up. And these are excellent burning wood. As you can see, it looks old and it looks rotten, but it's really not. That's some good hardwood there. One tree will last you for a long time. So I'm going to go ahead and get to cutting some of this up. And we're going to get a bunch of it hauled in. We're going to drag some out and get it split up and get her in the building. This time and trouble, this is the piece of wood I've been trying to get out of the woods. Now there's another big piece of it left down in there. I'm going to get it out too. It's a lot of work just getting it out of the woods, getting it ready to cut. Let's get this thing cut up. Okay, a lot of you guys out there are wondering, why do I work so hard to get just a piece of wood out of the woods? Well, this is locust. This might as well be coal. It burns so hot. I could burn probably 2 or 3 cherry trees to one of these locusts. And this thing is already seasoned. It's dead. It's laying on the ground. All it's going to do is sit there and rot. So that's why I work so hard on them. It's less harder on your body to get hardwood than it is for you to get a whole bunch of softwood. Now, mind you, beggars can't be choosy. I'll take softwood too. I burn that in the spring and I burn it in the fall. But when I get to dead of winter, I need some oak or I need some locust, something hard. And that's the reason why I work so hard to get this hardwood. So we're going to keep on going. I got a bunch of wood to get in, and we'll see how this video goes. That looks like my next victim right there. That's a nice piece of locust. Look at that. Nice locust. I drug him down there years ago. He was cleaning out the fence line. So we're going to get this all cut up too. step was getting it out of the woods. Second step, getting it cut up. Now the third step, we got to get it all hauled in. So we got a lot of work to do here, so we're going to just go ahead and start loading this trailer up and see how much we can get on it. Okay, we got that much. Now we got that other pile up there where the tree fell on me. We're going to go up and pick that one up next. Okay, we got the firewood back at the house now. As you can see, we got a pretty good pile of wood here. This is only one of many that we need to last us throughout the winter. Now we got to cut these. We need to split these up into pieces that are more manageable. You know, not something too heavy. It's got to be fit into our wood burner, and it's got to burn. So if you get too big, it takes a long time to get it started, and if you got too small, it just burns up too fast. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and get to splitting this up. And I got the gator sitting here. Normally I would either use, I have another trailer there in the four-wheeler, or we use the gator or something like that just to put it in here so we don't have to throw it on the ground and re-pick it back up. I like to leave it on the trailer till I'm ready to split it. Once I get it ready to split, I throw it in the back of the gator, run it to the building and stack it in the building. So let's get this stuff split up here. Well, we got us a load. You guys can hear Julie in the background. She's mowing. Things got to keep going no matter what's going on here. So she's mowing, we're getting the mowed. Well, now that we got the firewood in the trailer, we got to get it moved to the building where it's going to go, and that's where it's going to stay until we burn it. So let's get it over to the building and get it put away. Alright, this building here is where I keep my hardwood. This is all the wood I'm going to use in the dead of winter when it gets really, really cold. This is where I'm going to come to get my wood. If you notice the wood that was outside behind the trailer, that wood there is what I call junk wood. That's wood that I will use in the spring and in the fall, when it's really not all that cold and you don't really need that hot of a fire. So this building here is, it's actually... This will hold about 5 cords of wood in here. And these 5 cords, if I do them all in locust or hardwood, oak, locust, hickory, you know, stuff like that, it'll actually last me all winter without burning any of that out there. But I like to keep this and burn this as least that I can. That way I save it maybe for the next year. So it's actually been a couple of years since I emptied this building, so now we're going to fill it all back up to make sure if we do get a really, really bad winter, we're going to have plenty of wood. So now we just got the trailer outside the door, and we're going to start bringing it in and stacking it up. Now, if you guys remember that old rotten wood, You remember that old rotten wood? Here's a piece of it. You see it's got moss growing on it. I'm not going to take the moss off of it because when that moss dries, that'll start a fire easy. I can pull that off and it'll burn. Look at the inside of this wood. This thing is rock hard. This is that locust. This locust is great wood to burn. So anytime I get the chance to get locust, that's what I like to get. So no matter how rotten it looks on the outside, unless it's spongy, and you'll be able to tell when you start your chainsaw in there, if it goes through the wood real fast, guess what? That's a bad piece of locust. You want to keep going down that tree until you find it to where it's hard to get your chainsaw through it. As soon as it's hard, you'll know right then you got a good piece of wood. Some of this wood looks so rotten, you wouldn't think that would be a good piece of wood to burn. But it's an excellent piece of wood. It's hard as a rock inside, so that's what we like. Okay, that finished out that trailer right there finished out the top of this, and we started another row back here in the back. We're going to start stacking the wood in this direction now because we don't want it to go out the door, so we'll stack it all the way out to the door now. So we got a little bit more than a cord, a little over a cord yet we're going to need to finish out this building. But it's getting there. Okay, now those of you who don't have a log splitter, you're just going to have to use a hatchet, which I used to use all the time myself. I used a hatchet. Now this is just a 20-ton log splitter, and I haven't had one piece of wood that I could not split with this. Every piece of wood I've split with it. No matter what kind of wood it was, I split it. It's only got a 5 horsepower motor, and it's only 20 tons. Now if you look behind me, that wood behind me is the soft wood that we used for burning in the spring and in the fall. So that wood, we don't care. We cover it up and burn as much as we can. Okay, that's my process of cutting firewood. So and there's a lot of work to it. So I'd like to tell everybody thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. Till next time.